Hey y'all, welcome back to Lovely Lavender Wishes. It's Renee. I hope you're having a very blessed day today. So we're going to do a quick video to show you how I am doing these little, little cards for our journal. You can do these in a variety of ways, but I'll show you the way I'm doing it today. These are little stickers. So this is the front. These are the backs. In the front, and this is a vellum piece inside in the back, and you can see it through the window. It's shining through. It's so cool. I love these little see-through things. So let's get started. It's just going to be a quick little project you can do. You can use these for anything. You could put photographs of your family. You could put favorite pictures. You can put if, for instance, if you have like a really cool applique or some lace on the inside, you can put real flowers. These are stickers that I'm using. Yeah, there is, no limit to what you can do. But since I am using these for my Renaissance journal, I am doing kind of Renaissance-y type pictures. So these are the examples, and I'm gonna do my last one that I'm going to work on in this journal, and I'll show you how to do it. So these are the stickers I have. I got these stickers, let's see. They were in a package like this from AliExpress. And of course it's in Chinese, so I have no idea what it's called. But they're like flower stickers. And they have, some of them have like a little washi tape kind of on it. So I like this because I think it's like your tape, like in the olden days, they would tape their flowers to their books or whatever. So I am going to be using these, and then this is probably the image I'm going to use for the bottom. You can use literally any image, but I was thinking of using this paper. I love this paper. So I am going to measure. So I took this picture, cut this picture out of that Arthurian Legends book, and I'm thinking I'm going to cut it in half. So I'll have one on one side and one on the other. So I just folded it in half, and now I'm just going to cut it. And then this is going to kind of give me the measurement of how wide my piece of paper is going to be. And then whatever you're going to put in your window, you might want to kind of place it a little so you know about the height of what you will need. Okay, so I should cut it right about here because I want about a ½ inch on each side. So I'm just gonna kind of measure it there. Measure it. I'm not really measuring, I'm just putting little lines. I don't measure, y'all know that. I do not measure. But yeah, this is a quick little project that you can do with anything and put anything inside these. So all I'm doing now is cutting my piece out. I love this paper, y'all. It's so pretty. I didn't go all the way down. Of course not. So I'll just finish it off. And then I'm going to double check just to make sure. I don't know if I want it this wide, actually. I might want a little bit thinner. We'll just cut that piece off right there. I'll use that little piece for something else. It's a little strip. I could use that in something. Okay, so then you want the same, I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I'm gonna have the same paper on both sides. So I'm going to erase that little pencil mark right there and erase this little pencil mark. And then I am going to just cut this so I have another equal piece for the other side, because you're going to piece the two halves together. Okay, definitely use that paper for something else in the journal. Okay, so this is going to be my front, this is going to be my back, and I always put them together just to make sure that, yay, that we got them the right size. Now the next thing I do is I kind of just glue just a little bit with the glue stick, at the bottom and just a couple dots at the top, just to hold the paper together. I use a glue stick because, you know, glue sticks, you can pull it apart when you're done. So this is gonna go there, and these are gonna go in the window here. So I gotta measure my window. Oh, I can't get it. Not really measure, but I'm just going to make sure I have enough window space for my flowers. So I'm gonna go across there. Come up right about there. And that's what about, it's a little over, it's almost 3/4 of an inch on that side. So right about there. It doesn't have to be exactly, you know, exact, because you're gonna tear this, so it's not really gonna matter anyways. But I just wanna make sure it's kinda even. Go across, okay. So I have really light lines here. And so the next thing I do, since these are together, this is the easiest way I found. I take like my cutter bee scissors and I go in, punch my hole, and I can see where my line is, my pencil line, and I just kind of get it started so I can start tearing it. And it's hard to start it at first, and you gotta be careful because you don't want it to tear through your framework here. You're trying to tear out a hole, essentially. And depending on which way you tear, you're gonna get this white part of the paper. And it's harder to tear when it's two pieces of cardstock together, and to try to kind of keep it in a line. It doesn't have to be a perfect straight line because you want the torn look, but you also want to kind of keep it in the general area. But I want this kind of rough look. Whew. It would be easier if I could tear it this way. So actually, because I'm trying to keep the white all on the back side if I can. Except I don't have my lines on this side. Ay, ay, ay. This is probably the hardest part of the whole thing, but it's really not that hard. I'm making it way more difficult than it needs to be. Like I do everything. Okay, trying to follow my lines here. At least my general lines. That's why I do it in pencil, because you're gonna go back in and erase these lines, whatever is left over that you can see. And there you go, you just kind of tear around. There we go. So this you could use for something else. You got two pieces of paper here that you could use for something else. Okay, so here is your torn window. And then you're just gonna go back in and erase those lines that you put in with your pencil. And then you're gonna get your distress ink. I'm using brushed corduroy just because it's a darker brown and I want it to like show up like that versus like a vintage photo, which will be a little bit lighter. I like this darker. Gives it an even more aged look to me for this Renaissance journal. And so you're gonna ink up the inside of your torn window, both the front and the back, because you get this white if you tear your paper. And so if you don't want that white showing, you wanna really ink that up. See on the back here, you get this white. So I'm gonna really go in with my ink and just kind of go over that so there's no more white. And it looks even more aged than it is. So front and back. I love this paper. I love this pink and brown. And as y'all know, well, those who have seen my craft room, I painted it pink and brown, kind of like this. It was a deeper pink and a deeper brown, a chocolate brown. I love those colors together. Yes, my craft room is pink and brown. And yes, my husband does not mind it. People ask all the time, does he mind that your office or your craft room is pink? I'm like, no, actually he kind of likes it now. He got used to it, I guess I should say. He's hardly ever in here anyways, but he likes it. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is go around the whole thing, just with some ink. I'm going to go over it a couple more times, so this is just like the first, you know, fly through, front and back. Because this will be a standalone little bookmark or pocket, or you could even, so for instance, here's one, you could even put eyelets here, kind of like what we did in our previous project. You can put eyelets here and make this as a flip, which I might do for one or two of these. Some of these could be put in pockets, put in tuck spots. These could be flips. These could, you know, you can do a lot of things with these. So that's just a couple ideas. I'm sure y'all will come up with more. Okay, then the next thing you're gonna need is, okay, and now that I'm looking at this, I need a bigger one. So let me go grab a bigger one of these. So these are those photo protectors. So let me grab my bag of stuff. Okay, so I've got this big old bag of stuff, and let me see if I have one that's another photo protector sheet. You could use, oh, what is this? Like, you know, plastic bags or whatever, but I save like a little bit of everything. Okay, I might have to run out to my garage and grab a bigger one. Thought I had one in here. A lot of these are like this kind of plastic, which you can use as well. Let me see. Ooh, wait. Here's one. Here we go. There's another one. Okay, so these are the 4x6 photo protector sheets. These are, I guess, little ones, you know, for like credit cards or baseball cards, things like that. You can use those as well, depending how big and what size you need. Okay, so I'm gonna just cut out one of these. Let's see, I'm gonna need it about, and it's helpful if you kind of keep the sides together because that makes it easier for you. And then you can just put your picture or whatever you're gonna put in there. Okay, that fits perfectly. Okay, and then the next thing you're gonna do is grab whatever it is that you're gonna put in here. Now these are stickers, and y'all know me with stickers. It took me probably about 20 minutes to get the first one off, and then I got the hang of it. But these are so thin. And y'all, I still need to do my nails. I haven't even gotten around to that yet. I'm hoping tomorrow, maybe? Maybe, we shall see. Okay, so this is gonna go right about there, right? It might be easier if I did have this open all the way, just like this. It's always easier to have at least one side here. There we go. Let's see if I can get this one off. Come on, we can do it. But I love this project because it's super easy, and you can do these with anything. Put it in any kind of journal. You can put it in your Bible journaling. Oh, y'all pray for me. We're having issues. Come on. There we go. Got it. Got it. I love those pink roses too. Oh, so pretty. Pretty, pretty. So the roses with the baby's breath. I like that. I guess that's baby's breath. It might not be, but it kind of looks like it to me, so that's what I'm gonna say. Okay. And then, so since you only just glued just those little corners, you should be able to pull this apart pretty easily if you just used a glue stick. And there you go. And then the next thing you're gonna do again is use your glue stick. This time, you wanna pretty much glue the whole thing down now. both sides. So you're going to add glue to both sides. And then very carefully, you're going to position your picture wherever you want it. Okay. I'm gonna have some plastic sticking out. If you have plastic sticking out, no problem. You can just cut it off, and then I'm gonna put some glue on the inside here to hold this. I'm gonna actually sew this, but the glue will hold it for now. Okay, and then you're gonna glue that down. Wow, and just like that, look at that. You've got at least your window done. How pretty is that? Look. So pretty. You can just leave it like that if you want, but I do a few other things. Y'all know I can't just leave it. So the next thing I do is I use my corner punch and I'm gonna cut off the corners and round off these corners. You don't have to, but I'm gonna do that. And then again, go back in with your ink and ink up those corners. Maybe do a few more on the side. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so I had this little plastic sticking out here, so I'm just gonna cut that off. Then ink, 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 ink. Both sides. Okay, remember which is your front, which is your back. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but, and then if you have any parts sticking up, you can go in with glue. Now the glue stick, actually I'm probably gonna wait because I'm gonna sew this. When I'm done sewing, then I'll go in and see if any of the sides are coming up. My glue's getting all, let's clean that. Okay, so flip it back to my front. Okay, so these were the pictures that I was gonna put, this one and this one. It doesn't really matter which is front, which is back. And again, I'm gonna ink this part up. You really won't see much of it, but it might give it a little bit more dimension. It might have it pop just a little bit off the page, a little bit more. The more ink you put on, the darker it'll get. But these are from the book, so they're a little shiny, not super shiny, but you know, they do have that book feel, you know, like you can see the shine a little bit. So I'm gonna just ink these edges up. Okay, I'm gonna grab my glue stick. You can do whatever glue you want. I'm gonna glue this down. Real good. And I'm gonna flip it over. And you don't have to put a picture down here. I actually like that. And that doesn't look very straight to me. Let's get that straight. That would be helpful if I straightened it out. Let's shift it over a little bit. Okay. I like that. I might just leave that one. Put a picture here and leave that. And then that way maybe someone can put some journaling or something here. We'll use that for something else. Okay. Okay. And then the last thing I'm going to do is foil it up. Gotta foil it up a little bit. So again, just like we've done on previous projects, take my glue stick and just kind of swipe the picture in different areas, backwards, forwards, across. And this has been used quite a bit, so I might just get patches here or there, which is fine. That's all I want anyways. So put your reactive foil on your picture and then just use your burnishing tool, whatever you've got, and then slowly lift it up. So yeah, see, certain areas got more, so I am going to go back in and see if I can get a little bit more gold transfer on certain areas. Okay, let's put a patch of gold is not wanting to stick in that spot for some reason. Let's try it one more time. Ah, there we go. Just wanted some little patches. Okay, and actually on this side, it's got to have a little gold. So what I'm going to do is just in some spots, put a little bit of gold. We'll see what sticks. We'll see what sticks. Even if it's just some little gold flecks here or there. Oh yeah, just like that. Perfect. Love that. And then just scrape off here. Oh, I love that. Okay, and there we go. So here is our piece. Okay, now the last thing I'm going to do is probably sew around this with some cream thread, just to give it a little bit more interest and to make sure that this all holds together, just like I did with all three of these. So as you can see on this one, I sewed around just a rough, you know, following the window around. And there's my gold trim on there and on this side. This one I used a vellum piece inside. Did the same technique. I put it between the plastic so the vellum doesn't smear or anything. It's that old, you can see it's that old vellum I had with this texture on it. It's a thicker vellum, and depending on the ink, sometimes it, you know, if it gets wet, it will smear. So I put it between the plastic here. So I sewed it there. So there's the front and back of that one. And this is just a tall, thin one. This one was a little harder to tear because you had to be super careful to make sure you didn't tear through, you know, the edges here. But if you could do a tall one like this, if you'd like. And then, like I said, you can put eyelets, and I might do that for this one. We'll see. Eyelets, like 3 eyelets here with jump rings, and you can attach it to a page. Let me grab a page. For instance, you can have a page here and attach the eyelets to the edge here and have it as a flip out. And now that I'm looking at this, I think that's probably what I'm gonna do for this page. Look at how pretty that looks, y'all. Love it. So yeah, that'll be a little flip out, the eyelet there. Ooh, pretty. And then other ones can go in little, let's see if I can find one, like a little tuck spot or a folder or something. You know, a little tuck spot here, for instance. If I can get it in there. A little tuck spot, whatever. So, but yeah, there you go. That's a quick little project you can do. So fun, so effective again. And you can literally put whatever you want inside these. So if you have a favorite doily or a favorite picture or a favorite poem or anything, you can make these windows for anything. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. I don't know what we'll be doing next, but we'll see where the wind takes us. Have a very blessed day. Bye-bye.